Hey, I'm Piano Bruce, and today I'll be giving you an introduction on how to read piano music. This is important because it essentially means you can play any song you like without having to rely on your memory. If you haven't already, check out my video on the essential basics of the piano, as it will give you the foundation you need before you start reading. Music for piano is written on these ladder type structures called staves. They are made up of 5 lines which are broken up into sections, and these sections are called bars. The stave is broken up into bars to make it easier to read. At the end of a stave, if you see a bold double bar line with no other markings, this signals the end of a piece. At the beginning of a stave, on the far left, you will see either this sign or this one. These are called the treble and bass clefs. The treble clef is generally played by the right hand and covers the higher notes. And the bass clef is usually played by the left hand and spans across the lower notes of the piano. Next to the clef are these numbers which look a little bit like a fraction. This is called a time signature, and it tells you how to count the song that you are reading. This is a common time signature that consists of 4 steady beats per bar. You can count like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be making a video soon to explain time signatures in depth, so to keep this simple, we will only be covering 4/4 timing today. Now that we've covered the basic structure, let's look at how the notes are written. Music is written in notes which look a lot like the letters D and P. They come in many forms, and I'm going to show you 3 today. This is a crotchet, which will take up 1 count or quarter of a bar. You can play them like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is a minim. This takes up 2 counts or half a bar and sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally, we have the semibreves. These take up 4 counts or a whole bar in this case, and you can play them like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each note can be written in either the spaces between the lines or with the line going straight through the note like a skewer. Now that we know what piano music looks like, we are going to play a few simple pieces to get you started on your reading journey. To make things easier, the letters of the notes appear above them, and the numbers that you see correspond to the fingers that is supposed to play them. Your thumb will play the 1s, and your little finger will play the 5s. Just like reading a book, we are going to read from left to right as we play. Let's start with the treble clef with our right hand. Now if you look at this, the first note we are going to play is middle C. We know that it's middle C because it's always placed a line underneath the stave on a treble clef. Middle C is the 4th C along the piano. Start with your thumb on C, then place each of the other fingers on the notes to the right of it to cover D, E, F and G. Keep your fingers on these notes as we play these pieces. For this first piece, we want to do 2 counts for each note until we reach the end, where we hold G for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. To play this next piece, we want to hold each note for only 1 count until we reach the end, where we hold C for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. For the final piece, we are going to mix 1 count notes with 2 count notes, and look out for where some of the notes repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another thing to remember is to always use next door fingers for next door notes. For the bass clef, we're going to be using the left hand. Middle C on the left hand is always placed 1 line above the stave. If you imagine putting the 2 staves together, you will notice that middle C is exactly in the middle of them. To play the following pieces, set your left hand up with the thumb on C and the rest of your fingers to the left of it on B, A, G and F. Again, with this first piece, we are going to count 2 counts per note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Remember that last note was 2 counts and not 4 counts. The final piece with the left hand is going to mix all 3 of the note types that we've learnt today. The The first 2 bars have 1 count notes, the third bar has 2 count notes, and the last bar has a final whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always keep your fingers rested on the piano keys so that you can feel where you are. Look to the left of these 2 staves and you will notice that they are connected by this funny little shape. This means you have to play with both hands at the same time. The top stave is played by the right hand and the bottom stave is played by the left hand. Try to set up your fingers in the same position as we had before and you will have both your thumbs on middle C. So let's take this slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can play it a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this introduction on how to read music, and make sure you practice regularly as it will help you to learn music so much quicker. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe as I'll be making more tutorials like this every week. And let me know in the comments below what you thought about this video and if there's anything you'd like me to teach next. See ya!